Welcome back. This is the second in a video series on cybersecurity program development. All the videos are based on my book, Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide, published by Wiley. It is available at Amazon and at fine booksellers everywhere. The word security is at the heart of cybersecurity. So let's take a moment to break it down. Security is a practice dealing with all aspects of prevention, protection, and remediation from any type of harm to an asset. What's an asset? Anything of value. That's an asset. The bulletproof glass in front of the Mona Lisa is security with a capital S. Information security is a subset of security, and it's a practice, one that aims to protect any type of information assets. The fireproof safe where you keep your will is information security. Cybersecurity is a subset of information security, focusing specifically on protecting digital information assets in their ecosystems. I define cybersecurity as the ongoing application of best practices intended to ensure and preserve confidentiality, integrity, and availability of digital information, as well as the safety of people and environments. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability were the three original pillars of cybersecurity. Now there is a fourth, safety. Safety has been introduced to address everyday life threats posed by the Internet of Things. Let's look at each one separately. Confidentiality is the one term of the four that prompts the most debate. Most people think of confidentiality as synonymous with private or even secret. It may be easy to think of it this way, but intuitive even, but there are problems with that idea. For one, who exactly gets to decide what's private or secret? Depends on whose stuff it is and who may want access to it. Does your spouse get to read your emails? What makes the concept of confidentiality so tricky is that the definition truly lies in the eyes of the beholder. What's more is if we agree on what's confidential today, we may disagree about what's confidential tomorrow. Does your spouse get to read your emails during the divorce proceedings? Are there degrees of confidentiality? Of course. The three you should be comfortable with are top secret, secret, and confidential. Are there more? Sure. For example, the European Union, in a 2013 Council decision, pretty much agreed to 4 levels of confidentiality: top secret, secret, confidential, and restricted. You'll notice this classification go by degrees of harm, as in top secret for exceptionally grave prejudice, secret for serious harm, confidential for plain old harm, and restricted for disadvantage. Most businesses have information assets that, if disclosed, would cause various degrees of harm to the business. As a business, you will likely want to add more classification levels. Figure out what the degree of harm will be for you, and then see if it fits the classification levels already in place. If not, add one. Be wary of too many levels. You'll be the one managing all this when it's done. You probably already have certain clearances to see the particular types of sensitive information. For example, your accounting department likely has access to financial data other employees don't. Further, there is information open at a corporate level, such as the details of your benefit program, but that's not available to the public. And finally, there is information open to the public, such as your annual report. Determining your levels of confidentiality will be important as we move towards asset valuation. Remember, you'll need to know what each asset is worth to you. So for each asset, you'll need to classify its confidentiality status and much more, and to the degree applicable, its life expectancy. For example, your tax returns may be kept and labeled confidential for 7 years and burn, baby, burn thereafter. Integrity. I define integrity as the set of practices and controls designated to protect, maintain, and ensure both the accuracy and completeness of data over its entire life cycle. In short, you want to have a way to make sure that the numbers in your Excel spreadsheet don't change on their own. If you're wiring $5,000, you don't want it to morph into $50,000 without your approval. You want to be assured that the payroll is correct and that your love letter addressed to Bob doesn't suddenly start with Dear George. That would be a serious integrity problem. How do you achieve integrity? You do it by implementing things like digital signatures, write once, read many logging mechanisms, and something called hashing. On to availability. Availability is a set of practices and tools designed to ensure timely access to data. Simple. If your computer is down, availability is compromised. If your internet connection is moving at a snail's pace, availability is compromised. How do you ensure availability? In one word, backup. In 2 words, redundancy in backup. Finally, safety. It is the newest pillar in cybersecurity, but one whose impact is potentially the most critical. This is where cybersecurity incidents could result in injuries, environmental disasters, and even loss of life. You may be a user of a connected medical device, potentially putting you at mortal risk if the device is hacked. Or you may be in a connected car, a connected plane or train. Or you may be in charge of a business that is responsible for water purification for thousands of people. Or of a utility that millions of people rely for life-sustaining services like electricity. As you approach your own cybersecurity program development, keep this last pillar at the forefront of your thinking. Ask yourself how your cybersecurity decisions go beyond information security and potentially involve the prevention of physical harm to human beings or the environment. We'll close this video with some thoughts on measuring cybersecurity success. How do you measure cybersecurity's effort success? By the absence of impact. If you have a house that keeps getting broken into and you install an alarm system and then the break-ins stop, ta-da, success. No more impact of break-ins. If you're riding in your bulletproof limo and you're peppered by bullets, no problem. You keep on trekking, no impact. Interesting lifestyle you lead, but hey, still no impact. Success in cybersecurity, therefore, will be the absence of impact on confidentiality, integrity, and availability of digital information no matter where it is. Stationary, stored, traveling, transmitted, or processed. What about safety? Same exact metric. We want to look at the absence of impact on safety on any of the assets governed by or impacted by digital information. For more information on all this, please watch the rest of my short videos and check out my book, Cybersecurity Program Development for Business, The Essential Planning Guide. You can also reach me and ask me any questions by visiting cybersecurityforbusiness.com. Thank you.